Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Rob and I have been using Mounjaro to support me with my weight loss since the summer last year. I'm currently on 10 milligrams. I've continued to be on 10 milligrams for quite a while now, and I am ever closing in on a 100-pound weight loss. I'm currently around 88 pounds lost, so that's been quite significant. It has really supported me to get fitter and healthier and more active already, but I still have some weight that I want to lose, and I'm continuing using Mounjaro to do that. So the instructions for using Mounjaro identifies 3 sites where you can inject your KwikPen. Those sites are back of the arm, abdomen, and around your belly button, or your upper thighs. And it's generally looking for kind of fatty areas where the medicine can be injected in, because the medicine is injected into your subcutaneous fat, and that then disperses it around your body through the bloodstream to do its thing. There's a lot of instructions about, if you're using whatever site you're using to kind of alternate. So for me, I started off at the very start doing my upper thighs because I had plenty of fat there to be injected into, and I have just alternated from left to right each week, trying to choose slightly different spots on my thighs to take my weekly dose of Mounjaro. And then there was one week where I thought, I'll just try the stomach. And do you know what? Like, for that week, I had a few more side effects, and I found, and this is only speaking to my personal experience, I found that I actually felt the injection more, and it stung a little bit more than it does when I was doing my thighs. I've definitely got plenty of fat still on my abdomen and around my stomach, so I don't think I was injecting into any muscle or anything, although that would be nice. So I've got no idea why, but after that week, I just went back to my thigh. Now, through all of my videos since starting, you'll be able to go back and see where I've shared about any side effects that I've had, and I think it's fair to say I've been fairly lucky and fortunate that my side effects have been minimal. I've had the odd bout of either constipation or kind of slow bowels, or more recently, the opposite of that. I've had very, very mild nausea very early on, but that very quickly went. And most of the time, day to day, week to week, I've been able to just get on with my life, be able to do things without having any real side effects. And I've been able to go up in doses when I've wanted to, when I've needed to, when I've felt ready to go up. Now, I've not gone on the quickest route. So obviously the quickest route being 2.55, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and then up to 15 milligrams. I have taken a much slower curve, and I've been on 10 milligrams for quite a while now, and my new pen is also 10 milligrams. So that means for at least the next 5 weeks, I will be continuing to take 10 milligrams. Maybe I'll increase after that. We'll see, but right now I'm really happy with my continued weight loss, and also the reduction in that kind of food noise and the less impulsive binging and snacking on crap. I will say in the last week it has become a little bit harder, and we very nearly yesterday talked ourselves into getting a takeaway, and we didn't, and I'm glad that we didn't. But yeah, I haven't really had much of that up until the last week or so, and then there's definitely been times in the past week where I have been like, having to use a bit more willpower and a bit more discipline to get past those temptations, rather than before, where those temptations have not even registered, and I've just been like, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Now, I have made a few notes for this bit because I wanted to get the information right, and I will link in the description to this video the 2 videos that I have watched and I'm going to refer to. So the first video was from Dr. Kevin Joseph, titled Where to Inject for Maximum GLP-1 Weight Loss, Breaking Down the Data. Dr. Kevin Joseph is a US-based physician. I think he's internal medicine, I think he said. I'm not medical trained. I don't know exactly what that means, but he talks very clearly and was easy to follow. And he talked about an Eli Lilly study with 54 participants, and he does say that's not a huge number, so it's not a huge sample size, but in it there was a few key things that I took away from it. First of all, he says that overall, this tells us that injecting into the abdomen or the abdominal subcutaneous fat allows for quicker uptake into the blood circulation, leading to a faster drug response. So injecting in the abdomen gets to work quicker. Also goes on to say that in terms of maximum concentration, there's a higher percentage when injecting into the abdomen, then into the upper arm, and then into the thigh.
I found that in the abdomen, the maximum concentration was about 25% of what was injected. The upper arm was 23%, and the thigh was 21%.
He does make a point, though, that there are only a few percentage points differences between it. Goes on to explain that abdominal injections also resulted in higher reporting of participants of nausea and vomiting, whilst the thigh produced the least side effects and the least adverse effects. Now that's really interesting because, like I say, my personal experience of injection into my thigh has been that my side effects have been little to none compared to what I see and hear from other people and what I was maybe worried about going into starting using a Mounjaro. And when it comes to appetite or decreased appetite, 24% of participants who were injected into their abdominal fat reported decreased appetite, compared to only 5.6% of participants when injecting into their thighs. Obviously that's a perception-based report and people may have felt different things, but yeah, that was quite a big difference, 25% compared to 5.6%. And the second video that I've watched, also about the same study and giving information about its application and some things to think about, was from Dr. G's Lifestyle Modification Network. And one of his summaries, which I've noted, was he just said, if you're looking for the best weight loss results, the abdomen is usually the best choice. So why have I been doing it in my thigh this whole time? Both of those videos, very, very good. Both very clear in saying this is a small study, but really interesting, I thought, to learn that absorption into the body, the maximum concentration, the positive side effects are all correlated to being higher when injecting into the abdomen area as opposed to the thigh. And for most of those things, the upper arm kind of sat in between. So that was interesting because I don't know why, but I think the upper arm just feels very difficult to do on your own. So it's not really one that's like registered for me. But there is that trade-off where the side effects are reported to be more when you are injecting into your abdomen as opposed to your thigh. The takeaway for me being, if you've been using Mounjaro in your stomach and you're getting some of those side effects, it might be worth trying using your thigh or in a different injection site instead to see if that reduces those adverse effects, those nausea and feeling unwell. But for me, at the other end, I've said very clearly in my last video, I wanted to lock in. I'm really focused. I really want to continue to make progress through this year. And I'm not having any side effects. I've got no concerns about it. And I feel happy for myself to just try. So my plan is for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to inject into my abdomen. I'm going to be vlogging more. So I'll try and give you more of a real up-to-date observations on how I'm feeling and what is there any changes or not. Like, I'm not changing my dosage. I'm still staying on 10 milligrams. So that's not going to contribute to any increased feelings. And we'll see what happens. So will I terribly hate this? Am I making a big mistake? Or will I start to feel even more benefits from taking Mounjaro and losing some pounds? So let me know in the comments, what's your view? Where's your usual injection site? Have you been doing it all over, head, shoulders, knees and toes? Or are you a abdomen only? And let me know your thoughts about that study and those videos, and if it's making you question or think about your approach to taking Mounjaro to support your weight loss as well. And I'll see you in the next video where I'll let you know how my first week has gone switching on my injection site. Fingers crossed.